Do you feel trapped in a job you hate? London, 2014. I was stuck in a boring finance job under a tyrant boss. I was working endless long hours with no appreciation. Overworked. I was also burdened with debts, with bailiffs chasing after me. Life was a never-ending cycle of stress and dissatisfaction. I felt like I was on a hamster's wheel as nothing was changing. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had bills piling up. I lived in a small but costly room, and I was overweight because I was eating unhealthy food. Then my girlfriend ended our relationship. I felt like I had hit rock bottom. But then, a life-changing documentary about a London taxi driver turned billionaire sparked a flame of curiosity. His name was Sudhir Ruparelia. That documentary inspired me and made me curious. I started doing the maths, and I realized that being a taxi driver could be quite lucrative. I calculated that if a taxi driver could do a 10 pounds trip in about 10 minutes, that meant he could probably make 30 to 40 pounds an hour. That meant he could make on average 150 to 300 pounds a day, depending on the demand, traffic, and how long he worked, while still having the archaic idea that being a taxi driver was a lowly job. For the less fortunate, I decided to give it a try as I thought my mental health was more important than any fancy, but stressful office job. As it turned out, my decision was absolutely correct. Within a few months of becoming a taxi driver, I had cleared all my debts. I was happy, I was thriving, and I became a successful entrepreneur. A few years later, I had assets of more than £1 million. I went from desperation to determination, from cabbie to thriving entrepreneur. This is not just my journey, it's a roadmap for anyone feeling trapped. Discover how I turned my life around in The Million Dollar Cabbie. Your ride to success is waiting. Grab your copy now on Amazon.